Hi guys, it's Angie here. Just waiting on Tammy to put me in. Got a lag going on today, but we'll see what happens. Well guys, hi. This is Angie from Angie Seaside Creations. I'm still waiting for Tammy to put me in there, but I'm gonna spiel the spiel a little bit. This is the DIY Dream Team event group. Today's event is Butterfly Kisses and Dragon Dreams, and it's brought to you by Tammy from Tammy Designs and Raven at Craftifornia Dreamin'. Let me refresh one more time. $12 I don't know. All right, guys, we're just going to get started. I don't know where Tammy is. All right, she's on there now. I refreshed. There I am. Hi, Tam. All right, let's get started. Thank you, Tammy. All right, so my spiel again is welcome to the DIY Dream Team event. Today's event is Butterfly Kisses and Dragon Dreams, brought to you by Tammy Designs and Raven at Craftifornia Dreamin'. I'm going to stick to the butterflies today. And normally I make wreaths, but today we're going to make a window frame. Now this is a window frame that you can get. I do believe I got this at Craft Outlet. I could be wrong. I might have got it at Deco Exchange, but I think it was Craft Outlet. Now, only thing I've done to the frame so far is up here at the top, I took a little picture hanger and I screwed it into that right there. That's where the bow's going to be. It's also, you can remove the bow and you can make this different florals for seasons or whatever. So you could definitely make this a Christmas one and put a Christmas bow, or you could make it 4th of July and put a, 4th of July bow. Down here at the bottom, I E6000 glue and hot glue to the, with styrofoam, floral foam, and glued it to it. So that's where you're going to be the base for that. Hi, Kathy. I'll see you later. All right, guys. So I have a mess of greenery. We're going to stick to, this is our bow. I made the bow already. So this is the floral colors that we'll be using on the frame. 5-inch loops, 4-inch bow on the back, 4-inch ribbon, and went 5 loop, 4.5, 4, 4, 3.5, 3, and then just the 2 little in the middle. So that's the colors that we're going to go with. Hi, Richie. And then we're going to use peonies. These are peonies. These are peonies. And we have hydrangeas. And then we have butterflies. We've got pink. We've got green. And we have orange. All right, so let's get started. We're just going to glue. I'm going to start with green first. Always green first. Now these are going to come down and sort of flow down. So we're going to start to put them in first. Hello, Priscilla. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome to the group. If you'd like to be a member of our group, the DIY team event, you can see in the overview on the description of the live how to become a member. Just message good old Tammy or Raven and you can be a presenter or a member. All that information is down below. All right, I'm just going to go in, hot glue, and get that down. Now this wire does bend. Let me get my, starting off with our little cobwebs already. So I'm going to bend that down where I want it. And we're just going to work on one section at a time here. Now I also have ivy, but I've cut it up and I'm going to make that go up on the sides, on both sides. But let's get this greenery on here first. This is eucalyptus. Now you see eucalyptus, that covers pretty much. And it was a garland that I just cut. So I'm going to bend that too. Now, we want to try to cover as much as this white foam as we can. But the flowers are going to cover it. And you can just put a little hot glue. You don't have to use a lot for this because you've got the floral. You know what I'm talking about. The foam. And this one's pretty cool because it does bend. And we're just sticking it in there. If your leaves get smushed a little bit, just fluff them out. Thank you for sprinkling. If you see that red live button up above, you have caught me live in the Dream Team event. If not, please make sure that you in the comments when you watch, hashtag replay. That lets Facebook know that you guys saw me and watching me. Helps our group. Right, that's going to pop up, but it's not going to pop up when I get done with it. Alright, so that looks like a hot mess, right? Sure. But it's not going to. It's going to all come together. Alright, we're going to use another one of these. I'm going to put glue on this one. And even if it's got hot glue, like I said in the beginning, if you wanted to change it for the seasons, this stuff will pop right out with a little effort. All right, let's see. And you're basically just filling it in. A little bit symmetrical. You know, you got a little bit of green on this side, and then you got a little bit of this on this side, and a little bit. You're just basically feeding it in. Alright, what else do I want to do here? Let's get some tall. These are just little picks that I've either tore apart now this one's got a really soft, so I'm just going to make the hole first and then get it in there. And now we want to do that on the other side too. And we're just going to keep filling in. Today's event is all day, starting with me and ending with Tammy tonight at 10 p.m. Central Time. So if you've got to slip away for a little while, that's okay. You can come back and watch the replays on the DIY group page. If you'd like to become a member of our group, like I said, all the information is in the description box. We would love to have you. Hi, Raven. Hi, Colleen. Yeah, like I said, I do believe I got this surface at, I want to say it was Craft Outlet, but I'm sure they're like everywhere. I can't hear my stomach growling. I'm hungry. All right. flip this to the side because I want to fill in these sides over here pretty much so you don't see them. I'll get a little bit of the eucalyptus. I'm going to go into the bottom. And like I said, if it's got like a soft hole, you just take a wire or something. Just make your hole to put it in. And I sort of, like, if I'm intertwining. Let me see if I can show you. So, I'm looking at it backwards, sort of. So, I want this to get covered on that white foam, right? So, I'm going to take this and bend it down, but I'm going to go right in between with another one. So, you're just basically just keep on filling as much as you can to take up that. Now, that's going to hold the other one down. But once we get the flowers in there, that's really going to take up a lot of the space. So you don't see all that foam. And I could have painted the foam. You could have painted it green or dark or whatever, but I really don't think, ouch, I really don't think it's going to show that much when I'm done. I want that to lay down, but I think that'll lay down when I get all right, let's do this. Let's get a flower in there. I think I'll put, yeah. There's a method to my madness, I swear. So see, that's going to hold that green down, and you can't see that foam at all right there. We're going to do the same on the sides. Are we ready for Mother's Day? I have to work. But I had off Easter, so. Let me see what I want to put in there. Let's get one of these. Let's get some more glue. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sprinkling. You can check out my designs at Angie Seaside Creation on Facebook. I am a wreath maker, but I do things like this, floral arrangements, other things. Anybody was interested in purchasing any of my stuff, you can see it on Facebook. All right, let's go in with a hydrangea. Now, it would be on the wall, so that side is pretty much covered. Need another one right back here. We're going to go with, let me get my ivy on there. Piece that I wanted. Right in the back of it. And then we're going to fill that in with, I think, peony. And that's going to hold that ivy down where I want it. All right, so there's your side. You are not seeing that foam whatsoever. And I'm going to come up with this ivy on the side. I'm going to wrap it around the one pane. And I'm putting it through that hook that I told you that I put for the bow. And we're just going to hot glue that down. And it's not going to show because the bow's going to be there. All right, so that'll be the ivy going up the side. Let me hold that down a minute. Hi, Jennifer. I'm sorry. I hope I'm not freezing to everybody. All right, we're going to go to the other side. We're going to get some more greenery in here. I can see where I put my hole. There we go. I'm going to flip that up. Now we had this one there. So I think we're going to go with a darker peony over here. And now I got to work on that. Like that. One of these. And then we're going to put in a hydrangea. And we're going to put in one of these. We're going to put in this peony. Then we're going to put in a peony bud. And I have these little white flowers. They're going to go right in there too. These. Another one of those. Yeah, I can't wait to see some of what you create today. Especially some of them dragons. I've never done one of those dragon reefs, but I think they're pretty cool. I could hang that when the Game of Thrones comes back on, or House of Dragons. But like I said, I stuck with the butterfly today, so. All right. I'm going to get a little bit more of this flowing. We got another big peony bloom. And I got this. It's eucalyptus. I don't know. It's just a whatever. But that's going to go in between these two white ones. Break that up a little bit. They're actually not white. They're cream. All right. Hydrangea. Do another hydrangea. And we're going to put in another one of these to break it up over here. Alright, let's see now. I think we'll go in with those two as the focal point, with the ones that got the little pink centers. These almost feel like paper, but they're not. I'm going to go back with this soft looking grass stuff. I'm going towards the back of this. I'm going to set it up so I can see. Another one we're going to put here. This is what we're looking like. Now it's a hard time to try to find that floral foam, styrofoam. Alright, let's put the other piece of ivy. Where are you? Just gonna get that in there, into the foam back here. And this is a little soft and flimsy, so you gotta like hold it in there for a second. Hi, Noreen. I see you had fun at the Kentucky Derby, Noreen. I want one of these. I'm going to jam that in right where I just put that ivy. And that's going to hold that even better. Now come up. Just put a dot of hot glue there. I'm going to put that down there. I think I just might let that fly up the way it is. Now I have the hot glue right there holding that like that. Well, you don't want to see that hot glue, right? So you're just going to take a leaf, put some glue on the back, and you're going right over top of where that glue was. I might do it right there too, just to hold that down a little bit. Just following that stem. I miss you, Noreen. You know where we are. Alright, guys. So there we go. I'm going to put a little bit of... There's my light. Knock off my light, Ange. Hold on. Technical difficulty. Put another one of these. Because we got 2 on there. And the Crafter's World of 3s. And I'm not going to put a real big, I think we're going to cut this in half. I just want a little sprig. Now you have to dig down to try to find. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Just want that popping out there. Can't see. All right. I think that. I think that is good. All right, maybe right here. Gotta put one thing right there. We'll do. Make it double hydrangea. No. Let's see this color. Yeah, we'll do that peony right there. Now you don't have to worry about, you can still see that foam back there, right? But you don't have to worry about that because you're not seeing it. I gotta put something right there to break that up. Ooh. Ooh. We got, what are they called? Lamb's ears? Yes. Put a piece of that right in here. So see, now I have to find. There we go. That pops it. I don't like those shiny leaves, so we're going to get rid of those. Maybe I'll put these. Thank you, Michelle. I'm not even sticking that in there. I've glued that right to that really thick eucalyptus. All right, now get rid of all the cobwebs. And I had these little roses, but I don't know. I'm not liking them right now. We'll save them for another day. And I had this greenery too. But I don't think I need that. So let me get rid of all this. I need that. Want that. I want that. Let me just put this over here real quick, out of my way. I love peonies. I swear they're my favorite flower ever. They're better than a rose. They just smell so good. All right, now you know what I'm going to do with this? Let's see if I can do this. I want this stem. I want it taller. Let's see if I can get it out. Now you always save, you know, your wires that you do cut, because you can just redo them. Now where'd it go? Where'd you go? Now you saw me cut. Oh, there it is. So I'm just taking a little bit of hot glue on that end and making my flower longer. I hope. Well, let's try this side without the plastic. Is that gonna work? Sure. Now you're just putting that leaf right back on there with any luck. That I put too much glue on it and I can't get it in there. Hold on. Just chip that off. Alright. So you just made your flower again. But I wanted it longer because I wanted that right here in the back. Like that. Alright, now I'm just going in with the end of the eucalyptus here. Just a little curly Q on here. Anywhere that you think you need to break something up. Like color-wise. I don't want that, I don't want that. Alright, I think that's good. I think she's done that way now, huh? She's all full, she's pretty. Looks like a little flower garden on your window. Alright, now the butterflies. Now these have wires, just little, so the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make the butterfly come down like it's sitting. Hold on. Let's go with this one in the center first. Now I'm just going to take this wire and I'm going to wrap it around the bottom of one of these stems. I'm not going to glue them. They're not going nowhere. And just tuck that wire in. You'll never see it. And we'll go with a green. Now the green one, I think, I'm going to hide it behind this tall greenery here and that ivy. Go right down into that foam. Taking that one piece of tall eucalyptus, wrapping it around that wire. And he looks like he's flying, right? Looks like he's flying. Go up a little bit. All right, now we have an orange one. So one orange. Let's go with another pink. Push that wire into that foam. I'm going to wrap that wire around this tall piece of eucalyptus. And hide that eucalyptus because these leaves move. So use them to your advantage. All right. Now let's attach our bow. And we'll see if I'm going to add any more another butterfly or not. Now this was the bow again. It had 4-inch, 5-inch loops, 4-inch ribbon. And then I went 5, 4.5, 2.5-inch ribbon. So you went 4.5, the end one was 4, 4, 4.5, and then just a little. Might have been 3 here in the middle. I don't remember. So with that little picture hook, I put the pipe cleaner. And we're just going to feed that pipe cleaner through that little picture hook. And give it a twist. And I think, see how, I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue just to hold that a little bit more to the frame. But I'm putting it on the zip tie. And then we're just going to hold that a minute. Thanks, Tammy. And this frame came with, it already has a hook on the back for your hanger. I'm just going to hold this for a second because patience, have patience. And then we're going to fluff it. So it was ivory, green, sage green, brown, peach, ivory, and a little off pink that matched those peonies. All right, I'm going to flip these up. I'm going to dovetail the 2 4-inch. Do it the right way, Inch. A little bit shorter. Because I want it hanging down, but I don't want it hitting the flowers per se. Alright, now we have the green. Same thing, we're going to dovetail that, but make it a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter than the 4-inch. And we got the brown. Same thing. A little bit shorter than the green. Of course, I got it the wrong way. I hate when I do that. I don't know why my brain doesn't work right. Now, the see-through ones, I'm just going to cut them on a diagonal, and that's a little bit shorter. Then the brown. Take your hand and like curl them in towards the thing. All right, now these ones we're going to diagonal. And we're going to curl. Pushing in on that wire as you curl. And then just pull each one out. Same with this one. That's my time. All right, up after me is Amanda with Wreath Designs, LLC. And like I said, all day long, we have a crafting event up until 10 o'clock tonight, finishing out with Tammy. This event was brought to you today by Raven, Craftifornia Dreamin', and Tammy Designs. You want to become a member of our group, we would be glad to have you. All the information is in my description box. You can check out my page, Angie Seaside Creations. Like, follow. I have new things on there all the time. If you're interested in buying anything, please let me know. I would love to help you out, whether it be a floral design, a wreath. Pretty cool. All right, let me see. One more thing do I want? Little touch of flower there. Little touch of flower there. Nah. We're just going to keep it the way it is. All right, guys. Here's the finished design. Here's our butterflies. And like I said, you can rip this right off and you can make it Christmas. You put a Christmas bow. This all comes right out. I mean, it's not, and it's not like it hangs outside. You know, you're going to hang it on a wall. So, be cute in a bathroom. Be cute over the toilet. You know, wherever. But it's pretty. So I want to thank Tammy for including me today and Raven. And I guess we will see you next time. Thank you all. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. All right, so you check out Amanda. She's up next. Just refresh your Facebook page on the DIY Dream Team event. And hey, guys, happy crafting. See ya.